Welcome to the Nebraska Hawk's Nest. These guys are brave. They're Hawkeyes living in enemy territory. Listen, these guys are way past their prime, but they're still Hawkeyes. They're spreading the Hawkeye hype to all of Nebraska. The frost advisory is canceled. Corn Huskers, more like corn suckers. Are you ready for this podcast? Let's go Hawks!
All right, welcome back to the Nebraska Hawk's Nest. Make sure to give all of our videos a like, maybe if we're lucky, a subscribe, so you can get all the updates on all of our latest Iowa Hawkeye legend interviews. Today, we're lucky enough to be joined by former Hawkeye, future country music superstar, Dalles Jacobus. How's it going, man?
Oh, it's going great. I wanted to say I love that intro. It's great. You got the hype in there. That's awesome.
He did a hell of a job. The kid's freaking awesome.
Yeah, he did. That was awesome.
Man, it's one of those situations. Like, I think that kid's set up for stardom. Like, he's got the moxie that like most other kids don't. Like, a lot of kids have the fire, but they don't have like the articulation to put it together at that age. And he definitely does. Dalles,
he did awesome.
Where are you living right now? What's going on with you? All the Hawkeye fans out there want to know, or are you still in the Iowa area? And what do you have going on right now?
Yeah.
All right, Dalles, we froze up real quick there, man. I can't hear you.
All right. Are we back?
Yeah, we're back now, man. You froze up there for about like 6 or 7 seconds.
Yeah, so I'm still living in Iowa City. I'm in my college house, living with my roommates. They're either still on the team or training for the NFL, and I'm just over here playing a guitar. So it's a good deal.
So who all are you living with right now?
I'm living with Caleb Shudek, the kicker, Austin Spiewak, the long snapper, and Sean Byer, the tight end.
Okay, so Sean's still there. Out of all your roommates, who is the cleanest and who is the dirtiest?
I'm probably the dirtiest. I'll tell you that. My roommates will tell you that too. But cleanest, I don't know. It would either have to go to Austin or Caleb. They like to keep things pretty tidy. So,
see, is this going to be hard for you guys? Because like you're kind of running down to the end of the road of like the glory days of life, like living together in college. Like you don't fully know, Dalles, the full ramifications of this. Like this is the best time of your life. Like not that it gets bad after this point, but it's nowhere near as fun as what you're doing right now.
Yeah, well, we actually had another roommate. He didn't play football, but we went down to Nashville for like instead of the bowl game when it got canceled, we still went down there, and that was kind of our last hurrah as a house because he moved out and he's got a job, and so it kind of hit then. But we still got I think 2 more months on the lease, and then we're all going our separate ways.
No, being adult sucks. Doing what you guys are doing is way more fun. I had a buddy of mine that lived with his college roommates, and they all got jobs and everything and moved on, but they stayed living together for about 12 years after college.
That's what that's what my oldest brother's doing. I think he's 6 years out of college, still living with his college roommates. But
why kill the dream early if you don't have
I guess,
to?
just keep it going.
Cheap rent, and
exactly.
I think the guy was like up to like 32 years old, 33 years old, and he was paying like $1.25 or $1.50 rent. And I'm like, Are you freaking? I'm making a $1,400 a month house payment, and
I just got to figure it out.
I know. I'm like, God, I was like thinking I was being responsible and an adult and buying a house, and like, dude, you're saving like thousands of dollars every month to live with your college buddies. Like, I got it completely wrong. I'm a slow learner though, Dalles. So I always I figure stuff out a lot later than everybody else. Once I get it, I'm pretty good, but I'm usually one of the last ones of the bunch to figure it out.
It happens.
When you were coming out of high school, Dalles, what were your recruiting options like? Because I know weren't super highly touted coming out, not really highly recruited. What type of schools were really hot on your radar, and what made you end up deciding to walk on at Iowa?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, football, I didn't get recruited at all. I had a preferred walk-on from Iowa State, preferred walk-on from Iowa. But yeah, so my recruiting process with football really wasn't a thing. I was more of a track athlete. I had scholarship opportunities to, most of the MAC schools, Iowa State. I was talking with the boys by you a little bit, talking with Arkansas a little bit, but
okay.
Yeah, I was actually going to commit to Iowa to do track, and then got the call from Coach Morgan saying that they had a preferred walk-on spot, and I didn't even think twice. I was on it.
That's freaking awesome. Like that, Reese Morgan, and I always say Phil Parker, but Reese Morgan is the most underappreciated man in college football. The way that guy finds diamonds in the rough, like a certified genius. I just hope that we can still utilize him in retirement, because that guy is able to find guys.
Oh, we do. I don't think he's missed a practice yet. He has been there every day. He's
really?
Always there. Oh yeah, Coach Morgan does not miss a practice.
Okay,
the dude loves football.
Well, we've benefited immensely from having him as part of the program. The guy is just an absolute genius. So that makes me feel better that he's still around, because it's when guys like that leave any program, it's like, okay, I don't know if he can get better than that. Like, that's going to be very difficult to do. But
he's special. Yeah,
he is special. He's a legend, and all the guys that have played for him talk about how great of a guy he was and is, and how cool he is.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about during your time at Iowa, what was one of your favorite memories as a Hawkeye that you look back and you're like, I'm never going to top that. That was just absolutely freaking incredible.
I would have to say, there's two. There's two that are really hard to decide between. The first one was beating Ohio State in the blackout and having them charge the field. And the second one was 2019 Iowa State being on the field for that muffed punt.
Oh, geez.
That was pretty awesome. That was pretty sweet.
Oh my God. So I got to ask you, like, what was the reaction like on the sideline when that Iowa State guy just like flew into the guy catching it and just ran him over, and the fumble came? Like, I know we jumped out of our chairs and were screaming and freaking out. That game took forever to get done with the delays, but how good did that feel? Like, what was that like on the sidelines?
Yeah. Well, I was actually on the field. I was the mic on the punt there. And I actually got to say this because Terry Roberts, actually, the guy didn't run into him. Terry Roberts guided him into the returner. So, I mean, Terry Roberts hasn't really gotten much credit for it, but he was the one that made that play. He was a gunner, and he ran his guy straight into the returner and, caused a fumble, and Devo hopped on it. And, yeah, it was crazy because, end of the game, Iowa State, just tensions are real high. They've got one more shot, your heart's beating. And then the second I saw Devo hop on that, it was crazy. I mean, we were all out on the field. Like, you see me in the video, I'm just sprinting, just moving as fast as I've ever moved, just right down the field. But yeah, it was awesome.
It doesn't matter if they're 0-12 or 8-4, whatever their record is. It's one of the most satisfying feelings in the world to beat Iowa State every single year and just to shut them up for another year.
And they're always good against us. I don't care what kind of year they're having. They're always good against us.
Well, and again, they'll say, their fans will be like, hey, I don't care what we do this year. As long as we beat Iowa, I'm happy. And they play at a whole nother level. Like, they'll go out and lose to Iowa School for the Blind and Deaf, but then they'll come out and play us like a top 5 team every year. Yeah. So you got to expect that as a Hawkeye that they're going to come out. So I need your expert opinion with them being supposedly a top 5 team going into this season, bringing everybody back. What are you calling for the score of the Cy-Hawk football game this year?
Ooh. It's going to be a close one, and that for sure. But I like Iowa's defense. Coach Parker always figures out how to get them going. So I'm going to go 14-7 Hawks.
All right, 14-7. All right, I take it. Phil Parker, the greatest defensive coordinator in the country. I've said it multiple times over. One of the most underappreciated guys in the country. Phil, and answer me this if you know, because you may not know. Out of my own curiosity, does Coach Parker not have any interest in becoming a head coach? Because you got to think if there was any interest there, people would be knocking on his door nonstop.
Yeah, I don't know. Obviously he time and time again proves himself as one of the best defensive coordinators in college football. I would have to agree with you. I feel like if he showed any interest, there would have to be team after team after team that wanted him. I cannot tell you that, but all I know is he's a damn good coach, and I was just happy to play underneath him.
Oh man, I hope we can keep him forever. Never retire, Phil. Stick around forever, because he is freaking fantastic. When Norm retired, it's like, man, we just lost a legend. Then Phil comes in, and it's like, okay,
didn't miss a beat.
Maybe maybe improved, which I didn't know was possible. Yeah, so crazy, very, very cool. One thing that you really did, you're talking about proving yourself. You've really, proven yourself to be a really talented musician. Growing up and finding your love for music, what were some of the artists that influenced you the most?
Yeah, growing up, I was actually a heavy rock influence. So my dad always listened to rock. So, I was listening to like Poison, CCR, just classic rock. And then as I grew up, I kind of got into the heavier rock. So like Disturbed, Five Finger Death Punch, Shinedown. So I didn't really find country music until like my sophomore year of college. I think the first song that I just became obsessed with was Whiskey Lullaby. I heard it and I just had it on repeat like over and over and over. And and then now that's really all I listen to is country. So
okay. All right. So I'm going to put you in a scenario here. Your agent sits you down. He's like, Dalles, now you're a really hot name right now, and you can open for about anybody in the country, any artist that there is.
Easy.
What's all right? Who's your choice?
Luke Combs.
Luke Combs, number one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hands down.
That's not a bad choice at all.
Yeah.
That's a really good choice. We at Nebraska Hawks Nest were hoping and lobbying for maybe a Tucker Beathard.
I do like Tucker Beathard. Yeah, I just don't know how he hasn't like gotten bigger. I mean, he's got some dang good songs out there. It's crazy.
Yeah, he's got a million good songs.
He's really good.
Yeah, I don't get that with music. There's so many talented musicians out there that it's like we get to see 1% of all the great people out there. Like we need to do a better job is like a country music industry of getting this talent to the forefront so people can see this talent and consume it, because there's so much of it out there that we're not able to see as much. And Tucker, I think, is one of the most talented country musicians that there is right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's really, really good.
So if I'm going to pop up your playlist on your phone right now, what are maybe 2 or 3 of the most played songs you have that you listen to right now?
Ooh, most played? Probably Riley Green.
Okay.
I don't even know. Probably something Riley Green. Some Chris Stapleton will be in there. Here, let me see. I'll just tell you the first 2 songs that pop up when I pull up.
Okay. And on top of that too, Dalles, I want you to say too, and then let's be vulnerable here and open up. What is maybe 1 or 2 artists and songs that you would maybe be a little embarrassed about that you're like, I freaking love this. I don't care. Like, I don't care what anyone says. This is a jam.
Oh, there's this song. Sorry, here's the first song. Bible Verses by Blake Shelton. And If the World Had a Front Porch by Tracy Lawrence. And then I got to find the song. But there's this song. I don't even know what it's called. Oh, it's called Weak by Larissa Lambert. It's like, I get so weak in the knees, I can hardly speak. Oh, it's elite.
Oh,
I love it.
Damn,
it's a feel good song.
Hell yeah. All right. Are you having a beer already today? Are you having a beer right now?
No, this is tea. I wish, but this is tea.
That'd have been,
you gotta take care of the boys.
Yeah, that's true. So you're a professional now. You're transitioning already. So tell us about the inspiration for the We Wave song. Now, I'm going to shoot you straight, and I'm not going to play it to you. Like, I was like, okay, that needs to be the song like for the Wave right away. When I first heard that, I'm like, I like the Pat Green one. I'm like, that's pretty good. And then I finally took the time and heard yours, and I was like, holy crap, that's a jam. Like, what a great song. Tell us about the inspiration behind that. And with your mom having worked at the hospital, how did she play any sort of inspiration or influence in you writing that?
Yeah, so obviously the football team does a bunch of stuff with the hospital. I mean, I remember one of the first things I ever did as an Iowa football player was go to the hospital and do a hospital visit. And obviously growing up, my mom has worked in the hospital, and I think she's always worked there. I mean, for my whole life, at least I don't remember her working anywhere else. She's in the NICU, but obviously as a nurse, HIPAA and all that, so you don't really get the chance to hear much about what she does. And I actually had the opportunity after the song to get it, like be invited into the NICU and, visit with parents. And, it was really cool to be able to see what my mom does. But the inspiration behind the song, obviously the Wave, the first time it happened, it was incredible. Cause I'd heard stuff about it on online and on these articles and stuff. They're like, oh yeah, we're going to wave. But, I didn't really think it would catch on right away. But literally the first wave, the whole stadium was waving, and it was crazy. And it was just like, I just remember the chills. Like I almost got the same chills I got the first time I swarmed. And it's just one of those things that's like, you just know you're part of something special right there. And so I was just learning to play guitar after the year of the first wave. Was the first time I picked up a guitar. And I knew 5 chords, and I was up in Minnesota with Bayer. We were fishing, and the chorus just hit me, just out of nowhere. I mean, I wasn't even thinking about writing songs at that point. And when I got home, I picked up my guitar. I got with my brother Todd Gusta, and we sat down and wrote it. I think it was 45 minutes, and we had the song done. Wow. It really just wrote itself, and and like as far as getting it out, I mean, I'd written it for probably 3 months and only shown my roommates, my mom, my dad, like just my closest friends. And I was actually at Byers again in Epworth at his family get together, and his mom conned me into singing it. And I sang it, and I think it was his cousin that took the video and put it on Facebook, and it blew up. And it was just like, it was crazy because I was never going to put it out because I didn't know if it did the Wave justice. I mean, it was just going to be something that, I wrote. So
has there been any attempted contact to you about potentially making that song the official song? Because I know there's a big movement going on online, social media. A friend of the show, Eric Lewis, is pushing big time for you for that song to be the official song. Is there any updates on that at all?
Yeah, I mean, I think what I got to do is I got to get it recorded. Get a professional version done, studio version, and then I think things might get going. But I've not heard anything about it. I'd be completely honored for that to be played during the game.
Well, I don't think people are giving up. They're still pushing for it. So let's get that baby recorded and get this done. Because
we're working on that right now.
You wouldn't expect such a big, mean-looking football player to be able to have a singing voice like that. So it's pretty shocking. So we're rooting for it. And like I said in the beginning, I was there when Pat Green performed at halftime, Wave on Wave, when we played UNI. And, I mean, that was such a touching moment. Like, he broke down emotionally a little bit during the middle of playing that because it was such a magical moment. But I think that, that was a great song to kind of establish the beginning. And I think yours is the perfect song to carry it forward into the future. And so hopefully we'll get to see that in the years to come. Now,
that would be amazing.
Out of all of the players on the team, all of your teammates, who is the most talented musician that you played with other than yourself?
Oh, Deuce Hogan. Deuce
Really?
Hogan can play guitar. He can play piano. Yeah, no, I had no clue. Yeah, Deuce Hogan, and then Spencer actually picked up a guitar right after I did, and we've done a lot of jam sessions, so we've played guitar together quite a bit. Yeah, those two are pretty talented.
What are the odds of you getting like some of the, former Hawkeye players or current and starting like a Hawkeye side band and like touring the Midwest? What's the odds of that?
That's funny, Coach. So like all the quarterbacks are like they play an instrument, and Coach O'Keefe would always be like, "We got to get Jacobus in the quarterback, start a band. You guys got to do it." But yeah, that'd be funny. That'd be awesome.
No, that would be super cool. You definitely think you'd probably have like thousands and thousands of iTunes downloads just from Iowans alone, because us Hawkeye fans are even, not that it would be, but even if it was, pure garbage, we're going to support Hawkeyes. We'll run into a wall for you guys. That's Iowa, man. You guys are like gods to the people of Iowa. So we're going to do anything we can to support you no matter what. Tell us about where you're touring right now. You're playing a lot of shows right now, trying to preserve the voice. What shows do you have coming up, and how often are you playing?
Yeah, I'm playing 3 times a week. I play every Tuesday at a bar called El Rey's in Iowa City. It's a Nashville style bar. It's new. It's where the old, I think, Blue Moose Tap House was.
Okay.
So I play there every Tuesday from 10 to 1:30, and then on Wednesdays I'm at the Airliner from 10 to 1. So, and then on Fridays, Saturdays is when I bounce around. I've been in Muscatine, Cedar Rapids a few times. I'll be in Iowa City on the 7th. I was in Letts, Iowa last weekend, playing a barn party there. So I'm just hopping around. I'll be in Farley, Iowa here coming up, and so we're just staying busy.
Cool. Now with the music career starting to blow up and expand and the notoriety starting to climb, now Nebraska Hawks Nest, we're big on Iowa Hawkeye vintage collectibles, and we got a whole entire room full of stuff down here. We want to know if we can get a signed Dalles Jacobus picture to hang up down here.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Do you have any like with a guitar or anything like that, or are they all football?
I mean, I can get one. I can get one. I got a guitar. I can always take a picture with a guitar.
All right, we want a signed picture if you can, because we want to put it up in here, and
for sure.
We always do something down here to honor all of our guests. So we got something up about everybody. So we were like, before he blows up, we need to get a picture signed out, because it's going to happen someday. All right. So one thing that we really wanted to know too, you get your first tour bus. You're getting ready to go. Like things are going, and your manager calls you. He's like, Dalles, like, what do you need on this tour bus? We're going to be on the road for 6 months. What are like 5 must-haves that you're going to need, whether it be snacks or just, essential items to get you through the tour?
Busch Light.
All right.
Because they don't have it everywhere. You can't find it outside of the Midwest. So that's number one. 100% number one.
Got to have that fuel.
You need it. It's a must have. Busch Light. I'll need a cell phone. Got to call mom.
Okay.
Let's see what else. Water. I like water.
What about some
gotta have the snacks. Poncheros. Give me poncheros for the road. I love poncheros.
All right, so then we're gonna set this up now. We were working with Davey on a little bit on some endorsement deals, so I think we got your first one, Pancheros. So
I love it.
You guys get the ball rolling. We got your first spokesperson, country music star, Dalles Jacobus. I
love it.
It's gonna be awesome. That's some good stuff too. You don't get it. Like I'm out in Nebraska, we don't really have that. I think there might be one in Omaha, but my wife has pretty generic bland taste buds, and so anything that even looks like it's got an ethnic reference in it at all, she gets heartburn immediately. She's like, I can't do it. I can't handle it at all. So tell us about what the future holds immediately for you right now. Do you have any immediate plans, like to travel anywhere cool, anything special, or are you just really focused on building that Iowa fan base right now?
Yeah, so I actually just signed a record deal with SSK Records down in Miami.
Awesome.
So I'll be heading down there here in the next few weeks, and I'm going to start recording songs. Once we can get the instrumentals done for those, I'm heading down there, going to lay the vocals on it. And hopefully by the middle of summer to late summer, we'll have 4 to 5 songs out, get them going and, start building my brand outside of Iowa and in the Midwest. But for right now, I'm just sticking around, enjoying my my last few months here in Iowa, and just loving every second of it.
Make sure when that happens to let us know. We'll help distribute all of that and get that out there so we can get it to as many ears as possible. We'll do whatever we can to support you, man.
For sure. Thank you.
All right. Well, you were going to not to put you on the spot, but I believe you were going to play a little riff on the guitar for us here. You got to preserve the voice because you got some live performances coming up. So we're going to hold off on the singing because we're looking big picture here. But we're going to play a little guitar here. You say you're a kind of a beginner, but I've heard you play. You sound a hell of a lot better than a beginner.
I got you fooled then. I got you fooled.
Hey, that's okay.
I'm just a chord strummer. But actually the funny part is so like I say I'm a beginner. Let's see. So in my when I could play a 3-hour show and all I'm playing is that's it.
Really?
And so like you can play just about any song. So let's see. So like Luke Combs' Hurricane is and then it's and you rode in with your hair in the wind, baby, without warning. I was doing all right, but just so. And then you can do
that's awesome.
Just about anything. Like it's crazy, just what you can do.
That sounds awesome.
What is Rascal Flatts? So it's just same chords. And then the Save a Horse. Just like you can do.
Dude, I love it.
There's somebody with all the same.
That's fantastic.
It's crazy what you can do with little amounts that I know.
I had no idea that you could do that much with just like those chords. That's insane.
Oh, I mean, you can play millions of songs. I mean,
no, I taught myself how to play "Time of Your Life" by Green Day on the guitar when I was in college, and that was about it. And I don't even remember how to play that now. So.
I think. Yeah.
I think you're there.
Yeah, just same chords. D, G, C.
Okay, awesome. So for all the Hawkeye fans out there and all of the country music fans in general, if they're wanting to hear more of your music, where are some of the best places for them to find that?
Yeah, I mean, most of it I'll post on, Instagram. It's Dalles. I think it's -Jacobus 66.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I post a lot of stuff on there. Facebook, I'll post every now and then. Twitter, I'll throw them out. But yeah, my Twitter handle's the same. So, so mostly Instagram is where I'll be posting stuff. So
when am I going to be able to get my first Dalles Jacobus t-shirt that I can rock?
I don't know. Everybody's like, you need to start doing merchandise.
Yes.
I'm like, I can barely do music right now.
You got to get a marketing guy to kind of help you out with that.
I do. I know. It's crazy.
All right. Well, let us know when the t-shirts
hopefully
are available.
Soon. Hopefully soon.
Because I want one, and I know lots of other people want one too. But anyway, we want to wish you nothing but the best and nothing but success going forward. You clearly got a bright future ahead of you, man. And we're freaking honored to have you on here, and I can't wait to see how you blow up on the music scene going forward.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you for having me on, man. This was awesome.
Absolutely. We had a freaking blast. And hey, Dalles,
yes,
we always end it with Go Hawks.
I'm here for it.
All right. Go Hawks, man.
Go Hawks.
All right.